in precisely, I can't just stand here and do this because it won't be precise enough. And especially, we actually did it kind of the reverse of the normal order. Normally I have people do it without moving first and then moving around the room, but it doesn't matter either way. And likewise, if I am moving, right, just that idea, you know, I got to get my body right there. I can't be like reaching for stuff or whatever, okay? So what's the effect of that? When we're talking about, you feel beat up on today? You don't, okay, right? So when we're talking about, you know, like whatever Paul's doing, when I'm talking about touching stuff, like I think I referred to before, it's not enough to just kind of reach out and touch something, okay? I need to be able to reach and touch things with my whole body doing it together. Doesn't need to be big, right? It might just be the difference between this, where it's just my arm going, right, or this, right, where it's, obviously you feel the difference, right? So what I find this exercise does, like without even thinking about it, maybe you have to think about it, I don't know, it's not the same for everyone, but at least what I find for a lot of people, kind of gets you moving with that whole body, moving with wherever you're going to touch, okay? And basically if I'm doing that, then it's what you're going to find in a moment is that it becomes actually easier to release and hit than it is to just touch. Okay? By forcing yourself to be very precise and gentle, that's actually more difficult. Like and John talks about this, right? And the idea of counting coup, like that's how you really want to train. Because so allegedly it's the old Native American tradition where like in battle, it's not the most valorous thing or brave thing you can do is not to actually kill the enemy, but to wade into the middle of them, just like tap the chief on the head and then get out again. Okay, so so counting coup is like just touching. So John for many years kind of used this as his training modality. No matter what other people were doing to him, he was just counting coup. Just basically he was doing to them basically what we were just doing to this stuff. But here's the thing, when you get your body moving together and you can do all that while staying relaxed, then basically it becomes easier to actually destroy shit, okay? Because you don't need to like hold back like that. So, it's going a little ahead of things. But anyways, so hopefully, and we're going to do it again. And so if you weren't feeling any of this before, maybe now you can feel it a little bit. Again, don't try to make it happen, right? It needs to be loose, it needs to be natural, that's the idea. But have that idea of just being able to touch everything and your body kind of gets together behind it. And then when we're actually moving the legs and everything, that's very important because it's the difference between, you know, this kind of paradigm where he's coming at me, and I kind of reach for him, and it's not really where it is, where it's, I'm moving my whole body no matter what, right? If Doug's coming at me from here, I don't want to reach for him to try to touch him. Right, as if we're doing the drill like that, right? Whatever Doug's doing, I'm taking my sphere of influence to him because, again, if he's within my sphere, well, that means I can touch everything and destroy everything that I touch. If he's outside of my sphere and I try to touch him, no, that's not where it is. If he's outside of my sphere, I just bring my sphere to him, okay? And again, eventually this applies to everything else. If you could do this drill, I remember one hellish private lesson, semi-private, that me, Joe Materano, and I think Kevin did with John. We thought it was going to be like a normal private lesson. We come into the American Legion Hall. They have a very sturdy wall in there. Put several masking tape marks on the wall, and most of the lesson was spent just tapping them with our toes. Again, not putting holes in the wall, because then we'd have to pay for them, right? But just, you know, basically doing like this kind of drill, right? And just being very precise with our toes, just, you know, placing them wherever we could. So that if Paul's like moving on me, boop, you can just place it, right? That's the thing with, and we've gone over this before, right? With guided chaos kicking. It's not about like kicking hard. If I'm on balance and I can just touch and place it, right? Can do plenty, especially if you're going fast. So everyone do this drill one more time. First, standing still. Question, Doug?
Nope.
Okay. You were making a skeptical face, or maybe the sun was just in your face.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So one more time, standing still. And again, while you're standing still, just feel how all those little adjustments happen throughout your body. I mean, personally, if I'm just standing here doing this slowly, Yeah, I can fuck it up. Right now, like nothing's changing in the rest of my body. This is just like upper spine and up. But when I need to go fast, it's like, at least for me, I can't help but feel it all the way into my feet. All right, I can't help but feel everything adjusting because that's, I think, the only way to get more precise and faster at doing this, especially when the shit's at different levels. If it's like all at one level, you can get a little lazy, whatever, but that's why, you know, you want stuff everywhere. All right, so let's go back and do it one more time standing still, and then we'll do it one more time moving around.